Okay. So let's get this on. Some proof that I'm listening to a copyright-free playlist. I assume the microphone can hear me. All right, so I did just discover a bug. For some reason, the camera is not following the character anymore. Like, what is that all about? So let's fix that. Lower the camera so I can see my screen. Lower the microphone, sorry, so I can see my screen. Camera. I did remove a script. The other day. Why was that? It was a camera follow script and required a variable that I changed, and instead of fixing it there, oh no, it's right there, camera follow script. Missing component exception. There is no rigid body 2D attached to the camera, so the camera can't move using the camera follow, I bet. Let's edit this script. Or do I add the rigid body back and I don't need to have a collider? Right, gravity scale would just be 0. And maybe that was it. It's moving already. Okay. Real quick, I think I want... Oh, shoot. I think I want the mushrooms to expand in scale when they're getting ready to explode. So let's go to my scripts. Uh-oh, hold on. I feel a sneeze coming on. Projectiles, mushrooms. Oh, do I have... I don't have YouTube chat yet also on my screen. Do I? I have the alerts. It might be something I can just quickly do. Because the link changes every time to the live stream, I wonder if that's why it's more difficult to get a YouTube chat working. Do I want elements? Can I search? Okay, well, I guess for now I got to deal without it. So when I'm here, we do this wait 4 seconds, and it just kind of pauses for a second before it goes on. But I have a feeling that I could have an update let me just make sure that projectiles update. It does have it. I think this would just override it. I'm going to get rid of start and update here, and then have update in the mushroom itself. So now going to have my own boolean here for is expanding. And then here, if, and do I want a time for that? Like expand time, so I want to keep track of it? Probably not. So if not is expanding, then we just return. We're not going to do anything. But if we are expanding, then we need to add to the scale. And so that would be like transform dot local scale equals vector1, and we're just going to multiply it by a variable that we're going to add to. So private float expanding scale equals 1. That's the default. Let's spell float right. Multiply that by expanding scale, and then expanding scale plus equals time dot delta time. I wonder if that'll expand the collider too, because I'm not just expanding the collider. Or the sprite renderer, right? I think everything is expanding. Let's see. So I need to set is expanding to true here. And that'll fire this off. I don't know if I wanted to get like double in size. If it lasts 1 second, that's absolutely what's going to happen. Here, I made this wall over here for a reason. I like it. I don't know if it's too big though, like I was saying. Ooh. Bigger, faster, and stay at that size. Here, let's experiment with that again. Yeah, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna keep it at that size. Gonna wait slightly less, half the time. And then in update, I'm gonna go 2 times time.delta time. So it'll grow to the same amount of size, but twice as fast. And it will take less time, take less time for, I can't click the single player button. Take less time for it to explode. Which maybe I don't want. So the idea is normally you throw this down and any monsters that are close to it will come over and try and eat it. Yeah, maybe that's good amount of time. Okay, so inventory system. Let's open up Krita. I could do this in Photoshop, probably easier, but I want to get more used to using Krita, so that's why I'm using it. So use Discord from the overlay. Well, okay, fine. Enter voice channel to stream. Oh, no thank you. So I don't know for sure in Unity. Well, I'm not going to use the canvas. I'm going to use sprites instead, so I can keep them at the same scale as everything else on the screen. So that'll work. So the item that you have in your hand is going to be in a box in the inventory screen. That box is going to be bigger than the secondary item that you have that is not currently in your hand. So I'm thinking 32 pixels for the primary, and then like 24 pixels, 24 by 24 for the secondary. So let's go with 64 total, and that should give us enough room for that. I'm thinking also of maybe having the there's a third item that you can get, and instead of you carrying it, like switching back and forth, it's your E button item, like your interact with. So and it follows you, it kind of floats behind you, and I'll show you that here in a second as well. So let's hide this background since I'm not going to use it. Let's see if I can make a box and have a measurement. Oh, I do get one. Cool. So, oh, I want to go to 32 by 32. Okay, and so each section is going to be cut up into 32 by 32. So here, let's get the brush. I guess I could have went like this. Click that. It is the white box, that's what I want. Let's go here real quick. Let's turn this on and just paint it a color so to help me see what's going on behind it. How do I do a paintbrush or paint bucket? Why can't I paint that? Layer is locked. Let's unlock it. Now go back here with the paintbrush. Oh. Is this a straight line tool? Well, if I can make a straight line, it's a straight line tool. It's a little slow. It's probably something that Photoshop has that others don't, is the ability to do things quicker. Like they probably have all the maths figured out. Okay, so I'm going to select that, paint that. I'm sure the line tool, well, I don't have a line drawing tool in Photoshop. So then this is 32 and I said 24, so that's like 6. So 1, 2. Did it draw anything? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this out to here. Okay, so let's take, if I hit X and then that's my secondary color. Oh no, I want to hit E here. Sorry, I want to erase. Guys, I'm on the wrong layer. Okay, so here's another trick. Take this here. Oh, come on. And then go out. I need to be able to see my measurements. 7. Yeah, and then I'm just going to put a dot there. I can kind of do the same thing here. And by kind of, dang it. Oh, there's a measurement thing there too. That's good to know. It's like, why can't I just put a dot right there? That's all I wanted. So Krita, I was about to give it like mad props, but at the same time it's like not great. Why aren't you showing me what line you're gonna make? Are you kidding me? I'm on the white color? Or was I not? Surely I was. Did I merge? Okay. There was one of those sounds that was like, you're listening to this copyright music, but it's not supposed to be. Let's find some copyright free ambient music.
And to provide you with something we call
why does it say breaking copyright? Like, am I breaking copyright right now? Can I do something a little bit heavier? And even if it says copyright doesn't mean that it is, copyright free doesn't mean that it is, because that's all I listen to on stream, and I've already gotten they said it's not a copyright strike, it's a content strike. It listed off every, that's 20 by 20, not 24 by 24. So let's fix that. It listed off all the songs that I was using but they said it doesn't change the visibility or anything like that, and it's not a content strike, but it could be used against me if I want to try and monetize my channel, even though I'm already monetized, I believe. I'm not sure. Okay, and then this area down here can be used for let's make this one dark gray. The third, what's the three option for secondary? Primary, secondary, triary. Let's save this as somewhere in sprites. Do I have a user interface yet? Folder. OOE. And then this is going to be inventory. Boxes. And I don't think Unity can do Krita, which is kind of sad, but so we'll use PNG. All right. And then this is going to have to be docked to the camera, right? So let's go to, oh, I already have a user interface full. I'm not using those. Sprites, user interface here. Yeah, open a sprite editor, and then I'm going to slice it by cell count. That'll just be easier because then I'll just say 2 and 2. Okay, and apply it, and then I'm going to change this to be point no filter, and this to 32 bits. Just make sure everything is right. And now I got those. In the camera, I'm just going to drag and drop that in the field of view. Oh, this is the field of view. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's kind of tiny. Pixels per unit for everything else is 32. There we go. So that can be there, and then this will go kind of, do I want it upper like that? Yes, but I'm going to move this over here. I think I'm going to reserve this area here for like the profile picture, and maybe like a coloring for your maybe ailments or low on health kind of thing. Although I do plan on doing like a red border kind of thing to show you that you're hurt bad and the next hit is gonna like kill you. Nope. So let's see how that looks here in game. I might make the background darker too. Yeah, because it could get pretty distracting. Oh. Even though I put them out there, they didn't go to the camera. Okay, let's go and name these. So this is inventory box primary. Secondary. So the positions, let's make these whole numbers. So 4 and a -6, what? A -5. That's not fair. -6, 4. Did I not have 4 here? Can I do 3? Oh, yeah, because these aren't pixel numbers. These are like units. So 4.5 at 5, 4.4, no, 3. Okay, so 4.3 is acceptable. And then, so -6 is not, oh, go this way. I want this pixel here to be up here with that, so it's like that, and I'm going to move it using this. Does it have to be gray? I don't know. I gotta go back and edit it anyways, I think, to put in a dark background, like a 50% translucent. Right, because if I go... No, well, first of all, it needs to be front and center. So let's do that. Can I edit this so that I can bring the user interface down? No, because it's up there. So I'm gonna have another one. I have 2 interactables and they separated. I don't know which one's which, and I think one is just gonna go away. Camera border. Okay, I'll leave that to, that's probably in game user interface. Interactable, it would be something like the vending machine, and it still has interactable, so that's good. That was 8. Let's go back to these 2 things and make them this in-game UI. So that should go over everything else. I think that the in-game border or whatever, camera borders, was the pixel perfect camera. It's like refusing to start the server. That could be bad. Especially if I plan on using that for just single player use as well. Okay, regardless. Moving on. Just because I put them there doesn't mean that they're going to show in front of anything, because they're not this sorting layer GUI, which I already have. Yeah, so what I'm going to do here is darken the background to these. And I think that will be pretty simple. Do I have a magic wand? Cool. And then paint. I'm going to use black, but opacity is going to be 50. Does that look 100% to you? It looks 100% to me. What happened? Oh, what was I on that I changed the opacity up to? The magic wand? Okay, let's go to the paint bucket. I wish I could rearrange the tools. There we go. And then I need a magic wand, this one, and paint it. I'm gonna go back to using white, pure white on this, I believe. I need to get my box selecting tool, and I can just flat out paint. Oh, make that 100% again. Cool. There we go. You can see that it changed already. You can see there, it's a little darker. What would happen if you just got stuck in there? Maybe a soft lock. Guess you just wait until the animals, the aliens came and killed you. Okay. So if you pick that up, something needs to happen so that it puts the inventory icon over here. And if you're carrying something else when you pick it up, that something else needs to go to the secondary box. And it might do well to have like an ammo count somewhere else on the screen. Probably close by the icon or in the icon itself, the box. So now I gotta do something with this gun. Do I have prefabs? I don't have guns yet, do I? A guns folder. Should I call it guns or should I call it weapons? I'm gonna call it weapons for now, because I do think it'd be cool to have non-gun type weapons like swords. I think that'd be cool. I also think having a basketball that you can throw, and it's like, so it's not like the basketball is shooting a basketball, like it's actually moving itself. That's something that I think would be neat too. So I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna enable these guns. They're not really anything special yet, but there they are. I'm gonna leave that one there. So you do have to hold E to pick it up. Is there a... There is a collectible script. And that means you can, it's like a thing that you can take. Private player character, this character. So what uses the collectibles? The energy, right? It's not a power switch. Although that's an object, it's weird that I put it there. There's also the items. do I give it an item? Oh, it has an item. Do I have to make a new item that is the gun and then assign that item to the gun? Okay, all right, so let's try and think this through. So I'm gonna create an item, and then this is going to be the SSMW3. Okay, and then so it's a weapon, it's item sprite. Okay, that helps. Where did I save that? Is it? It's in here, isn't it? That's a no. So, okay. Let's go back to where I was. And click this. And then, so, like I said, I'm gonna have to go and delete these ones that are wasting my space. There are some weapons already visible. And they're alphabetical order, aren't they? So I don't know what I named it. But I don't see it either. It's got green on it. It's red, gray, black, green. Can I make this big? I don't know if that helps. Okay. There we go. I guess it helped. Real quick though. What file is it? Buddy is at 0, sprite sheet x1. Okay. So I'm gonna go in and I think I'm gonna just remove, oops, not Discord. Do I have a shortcuts to Unity? No. I did have a Unity icon there. Is that? I wonder why it's gone now. So that stays because I'm working on it, but these ones can all go away, but I'm not going to delete them. There's an alien work X1 as well. I'm going to cut them out, and then they're not going to go back there. I create a new folder. And it's alien, oh wait, 2D. Platform back. 2D, oops, 2D. Okay, and then I'm just going to paste those in here so I have them. And then is Unity going to cry a little bit? No. So now if I went to this and click this, I'd have less options. My scroll bar is already bigger. These are the alien work ones. So I think what I'm going to do real quick is open that one in Krita. Oh, is it this one? And then I'm just going to delete all that. For the player's animation, and maybe even for the alien, I don't know if I want to go with sprites or if I want to go hand-drawn. I feel like I could do better hand-drawn, but the detail might get lost. I need to go into the sprites, the alien work, and then I need to reslice everything. And there's just one now. Oh, I'm in here. I'm gonna fix this. So that's a design choice I kind of have to figure out. Like, do I want to have the game be sprite pixel based or hand-drawn sprites? And will Ridley Scott sue me? Is he alive? I know the guy who did the artwork, the original artwork for Aliens, is not. I'll probably get the game done sooner if it's pixel art. Cool, chain reaction. Okay. So now let's go back to what I was doing. Oh no. Prefab weapons, this thing. Points cost. So I could have a like the mushroom gun is like 50. I don't know what the balance is going to be yet. And this is the prefab for it. Oh. Right, like that's what you get. So I don't know if what do I put? Do I do an item, right? So in the gun, in the gun base, I'm going to have this reflect item. So it can be an item. Oh, can it? It can be a collectible. Right? And then the collectible has the item. So back in here, so this is confusing. This has the gun, but the gun also has the item, and this is where I need to go back and add headers. So I know, like, this is stuff that's assigned in a collectible script. That stuff in the gun base, that's internal, so it doesn't even show up. And then in the mushroom, I have that. Okay, so does that mean I get those headers here? No, of course not. Why? Does it have to be above immediately, like above a public variable? Private item. Who has, oh, because it's system field. Do I say this then? Also, I'm kind of confused why I have this character here in collectible when, oh, does the energy thing like know to move because this character? Maybe. There we go. Okay, so that makes sense. There's nothing here. And in mushroom, that's a public game object. Why isn't the header for mushroom showing up? Mushroom is oh, mushrooms. I need the gun, which is the SM, this one. Let's move that. Well, here, I'll leave that there. I'll just move the private variables down. So that should put this, but it needs to say SSM, SSMW3. There was a meaning to that, and I don't remember it now. It's not too late to change it, so I probably will. There we go. I kind of want it to be like when you pick it up though, like have a fancy name and then have, hopefully players will just call it like the mushroom gun or fungus gun. But not the fun gun, because that's dumb. Okay, so now this has that gun, that item. I'm gonna move this to my items folder. Oh, wasn't that cute? Okay, but now I do get to put this in the vending machine instead of a generic weapon. So like that. All right, so if I go over here and hit E, yeah, so I don't like the way this came out, so I'm gonna have to change it. And I don't know if I should up the scale of every item that's showing up there. Do I want to have a description of what it is somewhere as well? Probably not. You just buy it and then you'll find out what it is. Okay, so I pick it up. It needs to go here. And it probably should be double scaled. Just saying. Excuse me 1 second. It's kind of hard for people to find you if you don't share the right link. Okay, so when I pick it up, it's gonna be there. If I scroll, maybe I'm gonna switch weapons back and forth. And then right click, I don't know if right click is going to be reload, or if I want like R to be reload. And if R is reload, is E to use going to be too close to the R button? We'll see. Okay, so when you collect this, I probably need to tell the player to collect it. Also, big also, if I have multiple guns laying around, then I need to fix this. It doesn't matter if I'm close. If I hit E, I got it. And that means I would get all the guns. So let's make it so that when you step in front of it, you then get the chance to pick it up by pressing E. Who displays the E to collect though? Is it going to be the gun or the player? Let's go with like 512, 512, just to make room for things. But I'm gonna make this the user interface stuff. Let's turn that back on, but again, I'm just gonna paint it so I can see. So I can see white pixels. I see white pixels. Where's my freaking paint bucket? Okay. So I was thinking, does it look like a speech bubble or interaction? Maybe like a triangle? Oops. What am I doing? Like that. And then it needs room though to have an E in it. Or it does have room to have an E in it. Do I add over here? Okay, so let's see what I can do about coloring this in. Do I want to make it look illuminated? So something like this. And then, oh, too much. Do like a little bit of anti-aliasing here, but this is pretty deep, so we'll go like that. Yeah, the yellow is not perfect yellow though, so let's fix that. How do I get the red, green, and blue values? Maybe I just don't. Okay. Specific. Oh, here we go. Guess it wasn't that far off. Does that make that color that I picked? Is there a non-contiguous? Oh gosh, let's not even try. Okay, let's go in here and fix some of this. I think maybe don't even need that. Okay, so let's move this up into the corner where it belongs. So maybe I need to select it like this, and then I don't think that moves. I need this thing. I am going to save this as, if I save it as a PNG, I'll lose that background when I try to open it next time. So this is just going to call this user interface elements.
But if you want to go far, go together. At Amica Insurance, we're built for our customers and prioritize your needs. Call 877-41-AMICA and get a quote today.
Yep. I'm going to name this like press E. That way if I do move it or whatever, I don't have to like worry about the name, I think. Can you see that? I can't. Let's make that black. Do I do the whole thing in black? I could then do yellow in here. Let's not do that one yellow. Let's do this, the very yellow. And then the not so yellow. And then should I do a shade darker for like a shadow? No. I don't know if it would be worth going in here though. Okay, what's that look like? All right, so that's better. What if the triangle should be upside down though? You're probably thinking that this whole time. Oops, I think I select that and transform. I can't rotate it for some reason, so transform tool. Is there an automatic? Just okay, good. I can mirror it vertically, and that'll give me exactly what I want. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep it for now. And then the answer is going to be, I don't know, maybe each collectible has that icon. And it could be a different icon, right? For maybe stylized for the item or something. So that's press E. Let's move that over here, and it could bob, and it would be sweet if it did. Let's write a script that bobs it. Bob. Let's edit this. And so we're gonna have a transform. It's going to be a private vector 3 start position. Then we're going to have a private float current. I'm gonna just call it sign, and this is going to be a public variable. So I'm gonna go like this. And this is gonna be public float multiplier. And like by default, it's going to be pretty small, like 0.1. So in start, we say start position is transform position. Transform dot local position. That means something. And then here, do I want a way to turn it on and off, or do I just disable it, the game object? Yeah. Sign plus equals. Oh, should there be a bob speed too then? Public float bob speed. Just about right now is 1. So I'm gonna add to this the sign. So it's going to be like sign plus equals time dot delta time times bob speed. And then I'm gonna do it float y equals math f dot sign, and then transform dot local position equals a new vector 3. Oops. X is going to be start position dot x, start position dot y, start position dot z. But then the y is going to plus sign. I'm sorry, plus y. So I increase this. This would go on forever. So should I say like if sign is greater than 360 times math f dot, what is it, degrees to rads, then sign equals 0. No, sorry, minus equal 360. Times whatever that is. Okay. So basically, if it makes a full loop, it resets. Now on this press E thing, I think all I need to do is add it. Add the bob script. I am not multiplying this times multiplier. That'll keep the bob distance. So basically when I step in front of this, I could probably go a little bit better, huh? Oh, bob multipliers too. And 4. Okay, no, 2. 3. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna move this the start position up here though. So when I get in front of the gun, it detects that I'm there, throws up this E thing, and I wonder if collectibles. So one thing that I'm going to be a little confused on is if I'm holding the gun in my hand, is it going to display the E thing because I have it and because I'm touching the gun? And the collectible script will fire off this thing that I'm about to create. I think the best course of action is to go ahead and just do this as if it was on the ground, and then figure out how to make it not show once I have it in my hand. So who gets to hold on to that sprite though? It's a game object. Should they instantiate? Should it instantiate a game object and then put it somewhere? Or should it always exist as an object connected to the gun? And let's put this in the gun now. I don't know what that little plus sign means. Oh, because it's yeah. That's fine. 0.762. How bad is 0.75? Not. 0.75. Not that big of a deal. Let's go look at it real quick. So maybe this is a game object. Maybe it's a prefab. Maybe when you step in front of it, it spawns that in. If it's not collected. Yeah. Also, it was 0.2. And Bob's speed, I think, was 3 for the best result. Yeah. Blam. So I'm going to record my prefabs. For now, I'm just going to drop it here, and then so the collectible script is going to need that. Private, public game object. E sprite, like that. Also, I need to go look at that energy container to see how that script is done. Yeah, okay. Oh, there is only one reference. Oh, yeah, energy prefab. Where's the energy script, or is there one? It just has a collectible script. Okay, so the collectible script is going to be the one that throws up the E, which is fine. The vending machine script already does something like that, right? Or does it not? let's go into there. Let's see, when we go up to the vending machine, does it give us anything? Okay, it does not. I was wrong. So, I have this character, which is important. The gun, I think, has a trigger already. Trigger collider. I don't need that here anymore. 0.75. If your memory is as bad as mine, I'll write it down. Y equal 0.75. The gun does not have a collider. If I say up here, what is the thing, like, it requires component, yeah, type of, if I just say collider 2D, is there a trigger? No. I'm gonna put a note on here. Collider 2D is required for collisions. COLLISIONS. You can flip the collider type during runtime. So in awake, just to be sure, get component collider 2D dot is trigger is true. Has to be true. So then here on trigger enter 2D and on trigger exit 2D. And I also have to do a thing for the mono behavior owner thingy. Network behavior. Where's my vending machine script? That's a slot. I want the vending machine. On enter, this thing is local owner. Okay, and that, yeah. I'm just gonna take this and this. Go back here to my collectibles. Is the variable right? This character. Okay. I was thinking ahead. I don't know if I really need anything in start or update, but so when I assign this to that doesn't mean I have it yet. So I'm going to say let's get the e-sprite. I need to assign it first. Okay, so here, game object go equals instantiate eSprite. eSprite. Oh, sorry. Go.transform dot parent equals this dot transform, and go dot transform.local position is a new vector 3 and 0.750, and that's 0.75 f's. And then I need to assign that somewhere, right? So it's going to be private game object underscore e sprite, like that. And then instead of saying the goes, we're going to say that. And then if we step away, we're going to destroy that. Like that. I don't know what, maybe it's in the gun code, the gun base maybe, or is it in a mushroom gun that's allowing me to pick it up far away from it. Oh, I don't have the thing. I made it require a collider, right? But it didn't put one on. So let's add, I'm gonna add a circle collider. Gonna make it bigger than that. Yeah, and I'm gonna lower this like that. And I need to make it, I don't need to make it a trigger, like it'll be done by the code, but so now when I walk in front of the gun, the E thing should appear, it should be bobbing, and when I walk away from the gun, you know what I did there, right? This game object's corner is at the right here instead of being over here. So is it like 0.25 on the X? Also, should those be set? Like, public vector 3 e sprite offset. I can say new vector 3 here, right? And then like that. So when I spawn it, it'll become at the local position of this variable. So, and then I can change this elsewhere. The whole thing about it needing to know, oh yeah, the gun draws in front. I don't know if I want that to happen. Oh, what's going on? It's not destroying them. Oh, when I say game object up here, that means a new game object with that name, and it overrides the scope. Did I save that? I did. Okay. Oh, well, there's an error down there, but that's kind of like right. What's the error? Null reference is not set to an instance of an object collectible 55. Line 55. This character is blah 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 blah. I'm gonna change this. I've been doing this throughout some of my code anyways. If try get component, or so it's going to be if collision dot try get component out PC so what that'll do is it'll make sure that a player character is not null before trying to check to see if it is this character. And if it is, if that character was the one that it left, it'll destroy that sprite. So that kind of means or is this character becoming null? Is that what caused the error? No. I don't know why it doesn't show the press E to collect. Like, because I didn't make it go away. Vending machine 140. So it's getting the error because the gun has a collider on it now, and when that collider touches, it has a cow. So we can fix that as well. Yep. So I'm going to go to my collectibles. I'm going to take this bit. And I'm going to put it over top of that. And then I need that to line up. And same thing here. Oops, just this. So that should not throw an error now. When the gun crosses over the vending machine. Cool. And I already fixed those things, so yes. The only thing now is if I'm standing in front of it, who has the code for if I'm pressing E to collect it? Oh, well, it wouldn't be in mushroom, right? Because mushroom's the projectile. This thing, we should rename it. Does Unity let me rename files? Okay, as I was in here, if is picked up is false, who has the is picked up? Is that the collectible? It's not. So it's in the gun. I'm going to pull that out of there. Pick up. Pick up might, I wonder if I can have a virtual method and then override that method and then override that method. Or do I have to? I wouldn't, right? I don't have to override it once in the end method or in the end class. So, okay, I'm going to take this. I'm going to put it in collectibles. And the update. Oops. So one thing is there is nothing to tell me that the character is standing in front of this unless I'm using, like, if eSprite is null. And I'm not going to do that. I'm going to have just a second variable. Oh. This character not being null is another thing that happens. So if this character is not null, do these things, and then if is picked up is false. Should we have a public internal boolean is collected like that, and then if that then I'm gonna say, oh no, pick up, and then here it's just gonna be a public virtual void pickup. How about collect? And would it make it, is it better like if it says on collect? Here I'm just gonna say is collected is true, then whatever happens in pickup here, okay, there's 3 references to that, which means the other guns as well. Okay, and then this is going to be on collect. Is picked up as true. I don't care about that one anymore, but I do want to do base dot on collect. So this will ensure that collected equals true. And now I need to do 3 references. Oh, I need to go to the other guns. and kind of do this thing here. Surely I have an error somewhere, right? For the other one? Oh. Yeah, okay. That means one gun is kind of currently defunct. There's the C54X, then my SSMW3, this thing. What are you using for? Oh, you're using a C54X gun script. I might clone it off to something else, but for now, I should be able to collect this gun, not by hitting E out here, but by getting up in here and hitting E. It did work. I'm gonna make this public so I can see if it's null or not. Should be null, right? Because it's showing the E. Let's select the gun, and then in the collectible part, oh, this character, player clone, and if I move away, it does go to null. Can't see my mouse cursor, but it's right there. So what is stopping me from collecting? If is collected as false, should and that on collect. I'm going to change this to public real quick just so I can see what's going on there. Okay. A little checkbox. Why is it down here? Why is this character? Oh, yeah. Okay, it is not collecting. On collect. Gun base doesn't need on collect, I'm pretty sure, to forward on to this script. Transform set parent to that. I wonder if is picked up. It doesn't do anything, right? There's an error. Oh, because of garbage. Fine. Actually, I'm gonna leave that there. I'm just gonna comment it out, because I'm sure I'll eventually have more stuff here. So what then? Picked up does not exist. Okay. This is collected. Maybe that's the thing. Is there something in here that moves the gun to you? Oh, I didn't look to see if it was looking at where I was aiming. I don't think it was, though. It's not checking that box either, right? So that means when I'm calling on collect in the collectible, this isn't getting called because it's override. Oh. If I'm calling base dot on collect, is it like stupid like base dot base? No, okay. Like it would just bubble down, I would think. All right, so let's say that doesn't work. So can we just say on, oops, is collected is true here?
YouTube Premium is ad-free YouTube plus the music app. One subscription, 2 apps. Try it free.
Oh, guess what, guys? So collectible has an update. Gun base has an update that overrides the update of the collectible. So I need to say base dot update. How do I do that? Unity, how to call base dot update on all base classes. Efficient way to call blah blah blah. That's, is there a better way? Is someone gonna be like, no? Oh. On starting, call the abstract method. Yeah, okay, but so in here, if I do an update, which it's not going to be update, so this is going to be a public void virtual void, It can't be called update, so I'm going to call it on update. Right, and then here I'm going to say base dot on. Hey, gun base is collectible. Collectible has sorry, that's not what I wanted to do. And collectibles, this is what I wanted to do.
Track stats while you watch live NFL games with YouTube TV and the NFL Sunday Ticket add-on. Terms and embargoes apply. Cancel anytime.
On collect. Yeah. I want that. And then in the gun bases update, I want to say base dot on update. And probably even forward over to here, base dot on update. Right. So this is going to override the update of gun base, but just to be sure, to make this script run on every update, I call it basically here. I'm not overriding it for any reason. Player gun link awake. So crud. Base on update. This should go all the way back to here. Call that. I'm going to, is it debug? Debug dot, it's not right line, it's log. Collectible update, collectible on update. Let's just make sure that this is get key down. I'm not getting that. Okay, so it's good to know that that's not working. But why? Because in the guns, oh, base dot on update, that was in a different gun script. Oh my gosh, guys, is it? Is this the run that picks up the gun? I swear, like every day I'm like, I'm gonna fix the vending machine, I'm gonna fix the vending machine. I got a gun. Cool. I like it. Let's put this icon in the dang box. Which script has that icon? And let's fix some of these variables that I don't need to be seeing. So in collectible and is collected, I'll leave that for debugging purposes, but I don't need to see that. And then, was there something else that I made public so I could see it? I need that, I need that, I need that. I don't need that, but I want that for now. That I need, and that I need. Okay, fine. The item has the icon. So let's go there. Oh, I already gave it the icon. Okay, so how does it know what it's picking up? It doesn't. Does not tell the player. I can probably do this now. It doesn't tell the player to collect. Like, it doesn't know that I have a gun. Except it does, right? Otherwise, it wouldn't know how to swing it when I walk. Or it's swinging the arm and a gun gets attached to the arm. That's right. Okay. Player character, player movement. I'm gonna make a script in here called player inventory.
There's more to love with YouTube Music Premium. Listen to ad-free songs and discover new podcasts.
So, and then those are just going to be the game objects themselves. So I'm going to make these public for now, but they'll be internal later. So public game object. Inventory 1, right? INVEN inventory. How about slot 1? Or just 1? Inventory 2, and then this, but this is going to be it's inventory 3, but it's not fine. It's not like switchable. It's the one that kind of hangs out with you all the time. Almost like an accessory, but it's more like a non-weapon kind of thing. And then in here, an update. Should the collection should update player inventory, like, and it'll tell it to add it. So let's do that first. So public void. Oh, should this be a boolean? And if it returns false, like for whatever reason you can't take the item, then yeah, I'm gonna make it a boolean. I'm gonna leave it as a void. I'll change it to a boolean later if I decide I want to make it so that you can't collect an item. So public void add to inventory game object. No, I'm going to say collectible, because collectible has the item, collectible has the game object. Collectible. Okay. Yeah. If inventory 1 is null, we'll add it there. Else, if inventory 2 is null, we're gonna do it there. And then else. Okay, we're still gonna pick it up. So here we're gonna say, if we don't have a primary, if we don't have anything in slot 1, if we have something in slot 1 but nothing in slot 2, add it to slot 2. If we don't have anything in slot 1, add it to slot 1. Here we're going to both slot 1 and 2 have items, so swap with slot 1, and slot 1 and 2 can be switched back and forth by changing your gun. Like if you have slot 1 and 2 filled, you can change those back and forth, and whichever one you're currently holding when you pick up the third gun, you switch it with the first gun, or the one in the primary slot. I don't need a variable to hold as a temp to do that. So we're going to take it, inventory 1 dot, I wonder if this where we should also parent the collectible item to us, or hide it, or so forth. We'll see. Okay, inventory 1 dot game. Oops, inventory 1 equals game object, collectible game object. I guess that's kind of easy. If we pick up inventory 2 equals collectible game object, and here we want to automatically switch to inventory 2. So now we do like this funky, well, I'll make a function for that. Private void swap inventory. And so we'll just say game object hold equals inventory 1, and then inventory 1 equals inventory 2, then inventory 2 equals hold. swap inventory. Else, we need to drop the item in slot 1. Private void drop inventory slot 1. And I don't know what that looks like. Probably rename inventory slot 1. Probably just assigning the parent to null, maybe even getting in there and setting some variables to null as well. So like inventory slot 1 dot get component, and we want, do we want collectible here dot this character equals null, right? Like release ownership, and then inventory slot 1 dot transform dot parent also equals null. Isn't that the song I just listened to? Okay. So here, there's probably going to be like resetting transform positions or angles and stuff too. Drop that, and then take the new inventory item, which is inventory slot 1 equals, yep, collectible dot game object. So now that we're satisfied that inventory slot 1 has what we just picked up, do the graphics. Okay, and I'm gonna grab a drink. I'll be right back. I'm gonna have to change that logo at the top once I finalize my logo. Okay, now that we're satisfied with that, blah 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 blah. So there is not another sprite yet, so I need to do that. And it's going to be like an empty game object with a sprite renderer. Because I'm not going to change this sprite, because I'm going to leave this box here with the dark background there. So I'm going to create an empty, and this is going to be just inventory. I said primary and secondary. Inventory. Primary. P-R-I-M-A-R-Y. Primary item. Icon. And then this can have a secondary icon, but let's do this. So sprite renderer. This is going to be on the user interface, but above that picture. So it's going to be I'm going to call it 5, and then I'm going to make this scale up like 1.5. I think it could probably even do, well, it being 2, and then this one can be like 1.5. So I'm going to copy that, paste it here, I'm going to reset the transform positions. Where'd you go? Oh, let's put it in there and then reset. .5, probably 1.75. And that's kind of it, except for in the environment now. I'm gonna need a link to that. Okay, so in here, it kind of seemed like I had more to do. Oh, okay, I don't. So here, let's go with a public. Oh, let's leave this one down at the bottom. So public sprite renderer primary primary inventory sprite renderer, and then secondary. Yep, thank you. Yep. And now in inventory, I can say environment dot instance dot primary inventory sprite renderer dot sprite equals inventory slot 1 dot get component collectible dot item. Oh, I can't. Where's item? It's private. It isn't private anymore. It's now internal. Oh. Do I still make it serialized field? item dot item sprite. It's a pretty long statement. Then environment dot instance dot secondary sprite is inventory slot 2 dot get component blah 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 blah. This probably needs to be like if some of this stuff is not null, and I'm going to put this in a method because I'm going to use that multiple times. Update inventory GUI like that, and let's create with that method. Put that in here. So it's going to be, what do I got to say? Like if inventory slot 1 is not null, then I can probably go ahead with the rest, right? Else we want to say environment, all of that sprite is null. It's sad that I can now see that you guys chatted with me, but not in my YouTube chat. Sorry. That will need to be fixed before next stream. If not inventory slot 2, oh, what? If not, no, I don't do that. Doesn't equal null. Then do that. Otherwise, environment.instance.secondary sprite renderer.sprite is null. So I don't have the second item to collect yet, but that. Okay, so I need to add this player inventory script to the player prefab. There's a lot of scripts on this guy. Okay, also in environment, I need to assign those primary icon and secondary. I should have renamed that. Okay. It's going good. How are you doing, Stetzer? Sorry for leaving you guys hanging in chat without knowing you were there. So now I need to call the add to inventory. And that's probably going to be in the gun itself, or the on collect of the collectible. It makes sense to do it here. So this character dot get component, what's the progress? So I last stream I broke the camera. It didn't follow the player, so I fixed that. I made the mushrooms expand a little bit before they explode. I changed some things for the guns so that they are now a collectible item, and when you walk in front of it, it displays a little E that tells you that press E basically to collect it. And now I am I don't know if you've noticed in the last couple of streams, like no matter where it was standing, I could just grab the gun. Now you actually have to be in front of it to collect it. And now I'm adding the icon to the inventory, and probably next stream is when I'll switch guns back and forth when I have two guns to switch. Are you using, am I using Cinemachine? You didn't notice. I am not. I don't know what the advantage of that is. I am using Pixel Perfect though, at your recommendation. This character, get component, player inventory. INVEN, okay, I don't know why, yeah. Dot. Add to inventory this, right? Because it is a collectible that add to inventory it gets. Or maybe I am using Cinemachine now that I'm using the Pixel Perfect camera, but I don't think so. Not intentionally. How about that? Guys, yeah, there's a gun up there. I wonder if I can, right? I can have two images. Oh, I cleaned up my sprites a little bit also. So I got rid of all the unnecessary sprite sheets to make it easier to find things. And I saved the little alien. I have an explosion. You saw the explosion though from last stream. Okay, so I need to do something about the position of that. Is it like, do I create another image, another slice that overlaps that? And was this, did this have a name? Oh, I stopped myself from being able to select it. Width needs to go here. Okay. I'm gonna name this the SSMW. What was it called? Three. Three. Oh, come on. SSMW3 inventory icon. It could be like a higher quality also, but for now. So I need to go to the items again and go to this and change this from shroom shooter to the icon. Is this alphabetical order? Yeah, okay. So basically same thing, but not. I should put it in the center, and then I'll worry about the scale if it's too big. I'm not sure all of these are copyright free. I don't know. I think he should probably stand in front of the gun until he picks it up. Why are those out of view now? Oh, what? That's right, the camera can scale. So what I'm gonna have to do is script the position of those boxes to be always over there somewhere. Yeah, so it does, the scale does need to be different. So this can be 1.75, I think, and then this is probably going to be better off at 1.5, even though I don't have anything for it to put in there yet. Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't like that it's like rendering at an odd resolution. Why doesn't it just snap to like the preferred resolution? Almost looked like it bounced like the Mario. Fireballs. I should do that. Nintendo would have a fit. Pew, pew, pew. Yeah, I'm not using Cinemachine that I'm aware of. I do have a script on my camera that makes it follow the player that I wrote. So I can have that, and I can have... Oh, can I take another gun? What happens if I try to buy the gun now? I don't think it'll work. Yeah, did not work. Cinemachine is so good and so easy to just drop in. What's it do though? So when I purchase an item from the vending machine, if it's not a if it's not an energy block, what's it trying to do? Maybe I'll find a video, a YouTube video on Cinemachine and watch it. So I do have in prefabs this thing as a follower script, it has a base collectible script for one. So it's just like that. Can I still get that from the machine? Like, will it let me pick it up? Unity just released like a 4-part series on the latest Cinemachine, including a 2D one. Okay, I can still do that. I get these weird glitches where he stops looking at the mouse cursor for some reason. Then it goes away. Okay, so let's go to the vending machine script again. And I need to do what? If input interact 1 or 2, and items displayed, and this character is null. Or that and that. Okay. Up slot, get item. So what is that? There's a vending machine slot script. Right. And I don't know if I need that, right? There's a lot of stuff. Or maybe this could be the script responsible of the timer that it takes to purchase the item, just to add to the anxiety. You'll likely never write your own camera controller ever again. Interesting. Mine's not super complicated. It just gets the player and follows it. I don't know what else to do. Set item. What does it do? It calls get item. Return this dot item. Selected item equals that. Okay, I get it. And then what do I do with that? There's a cost, and then this character dot points. I subtract that cost, and then this character dot receive selected item. Yes. What this character? It's player inventory, add to inventory. Do I instantiate it in the player script and the player character? Receive item. Oh, so here it's like if it's an energy pack, do that. So I can say like else if item dot item type is a weapon. It's able to add a more polished movement feel. This music is kind of annoying. Then I can instantiate it, and then I can collect it. Right? If I instantiate it, this public virtual void on collect, I can set this character to me. So let's do that. So game object go equals instantiate item prefab, then item game object equals go, current item equals item. none of that happens. If I go all the way up to that and call the on collect, should this go to the gun instead? So then I can say gun base equals go dot get component gun base. Oh, I need a gun base. You're surprised I've never messed with it at this point. Maybe it's because I didn't know what it does and what I got to do to get it. Like I probably have to go to the package manager, gun base dot this character, lowercase g. Would you stop? This character equals this, and then gun base dot on collect, like that. Yeah, I'll look for that video that you were talking about, and I'll watch it. My icons are gone again. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't move those. They're gone. It's okay, I didn't collect the gun anyways. So I called this method. Player gun link instance arm transform. Yeah, vending machine. Is there a cost that I need to set to the gun? No. What is this anyways? Selected item question mark point cost. That's just in the vending machine slot. So that same gun can cost a different price depending on where you're purchasing it at. So maybe I go here, and that's the right slot. Assigned and start. Okay. So that's actually pulling it from here. What is the type of the gun? It is a weapon. Should I call it gun instead of weapon? That would require me going to scriptable objects, I believe. Here, just do it over here. Yeah, right click. Let's rename. Xenomorph, where did he come from? I drew him a while ago when I was when I first bought this set sprite sheet. I drew the Xenomorph, thinking that was going to be the primary alien. I don't know if it's still going to be. I tried to draw like a kind of like a zomboid infected kind of human person, but it didn't come out good. I am happy that you knew it was a xenomorph though. Go.transform position equals transform position. Yeah, like none of that. So let's do a debug.log here real quick. Collecting gun. We'll see if that happens. I would like a camera that's a pixel perfect camera that forces every pixel on the screen to line up. Like if I took a snapshot and zoomed in, like this player might not be lined up with the perfect pixels of all the, like the tile set. I think that would be neat. Wait. Oh, I already picked up the gun. I didn't get that? Or did I? Like crud. Let's collapse. Player gun, link awake. Collectible on update. Okay. So your on update doesn't need to have this anymore because I know that's working. When I'm collecting the item though, it doesn't seem to be calling this. Maybe it's because of this. Why'd I do that? Oh, I did it. I have 2 guns now. One of them doesn't work, but I got it. Which one is not working? Missing component exception. There is not a 2D collider. Oh, is that because I added the collider to this? Yeah. Do I unpack this completely, right? And then I delete this one. And then I add this back. And then the vending machine needs to have it back. Oh no. I deleted the wrong thing. This goes here. Rename that to guns as well. I gotta fix that. By going here, here. Oh, it has the item. But is the item populated? It's not. Okay. Sprite. I'll probably end up deleting a lot of these ones too, because I have no idea what they're supposed to do or be for. I need to go to S's for this one, I believe. Inventory icon. Yep. There's no cost. And then the prefab. How do I want to add the prefab to the item? I'll lock it. And then I'll do that. So it's weird. Like this game object will have the item, a scriptable object, and the item scriptable object has the gun. I think I got it all repaired. Back in order. I didn't want to do that. Do not pick up the gun. It's a habit. Go away. Okay. How did it lose the energy? That's broke. Scene. Vending machine. Oh, let's unlock that. I'm like, why does the vending machine have this gun script on it? It was locked. Okay. Those are items. So this gets this. That was a DDD moment.
Target Circle Week's big deals and more are back. Good news for Circle members, and good news if you're not, because Circle is free and easy to join. Get hot daily deals at 40% off, plus BOGOs all week
Cool.
long.
I can now purchase the gun and pick it up from the vending machine. And then I get that one. Am I shooting two at a time? You know how like in although it didn't replace this one, an Unreal Tournament, is it? Yes. You can get the dual enforcers. They're just two handguns, makes you super dangerous. All right. When I picked up the second gun, I should probably make sure that player inventory is called. I didn't notice. Did the icon show up here for the first gun? It did. Okay. So I switched the inventory, right? And add inventory. Slot 1 doesn't equal null. Slot 2 does. So I add the game object to slot 2. Then I do a swap inventory, which puts slot 1 in hold, switches slot 1 for slot 2, and then slot 2 becomes the one in hold. And then I do stuff. I update the graphic. So because there's not a second inventory sprite renderer graphic being applied, are these public? They are. Let's pick up both guns and see what happens. Okay, I want to select player clone. Okay. Okay, so I do have them in slot 1 and slot 2. It's just the icon isn't being populated there. I'll give it a one quick look over, but it's almost 12:30. Update user inventory interface. Inventory slot 2 is not null. Environment instance secondary inventory sprite render dot sprite equals inventory slot 2 dot get component collectible item sprite. Correct. Or null. Um, $53. Oh. So which part is not working? Or unassigned, I guess? This has the icon, has the prefab. The prefab has the item. The environment has both primary and secondary sprite renderers. Inventory slot 1, so it could still be null if the item sprite for some reason came out to be null, and I don't think it should, but so let's do this. Also, it's slot 2. Or trying to switch, and that's where the error is coming from. Maybe that's it. Debug. Hey. Debug.log inventory slot 1 dot game object name. That's all I need to see. Oh. No. Go over here. Purchase that. Okay, so is that where the error starts? Vending machine 105. Instance not set for object reference not set to an instance of an object. That's probably just this character. And then here, I don't want to collapse. Okay. I know why. That's dumb. Does this have the collider now? It does. I'm gonna get rid of this, and let's put the real one in there. Because all the repairs were done to the prefab, and this did not reflect that. I still shoot 2 at a time, so that's something I'm gonna have to fix. But up here, I have 2 guns, and I need to add the ability to. And they're not moving. Why are they shimmering if they're locked onto the camera? They're child elements of the camera. That's a shame. Okay, guys. Nope. Thanks for stopping by, guys. And I will chat with y'all maybe tomorrow. If not, then it'll be Sunday. I have a race on Saturday. So, yeah, it'll be Sunday. Okay.